And this is the global forecast for April 2019, brought to you by the wonderful people at AskTheAnswer.com, the UK's leading website for tarot readers, psychics, mystics and channelers. Compared to this year so far, April is going to be a doddle. But we're just emerging from one of the most difficult Mercury retrogrades in recent memory. And at the start of April, Mercury in the sky is still conjunct Neptune, and it will be until about April the 7th, April the 8th. So the first week of April seems very much like a continuation of late February and all of March. But rest assured, the more you get out of the first week of April, the more clarity is going to start re-emerging again, and collectively we should all start seeing things a bit more clearly. There's not a lot else happening in April. Mars has just changed sign and moved into Gemini, which is going to be welcomed by all Geminis, and most Taurians are going to be giving it a big hurrah as well, because Mars has been in Taurus for the last 6 weeks, and Mars doesn't like being in Taurus, and Taurus doesn't like having Mars in its sign. So everyone's happy that Mars has now moved into Gemini. Again, communication is going to work a lot more clearly. The full moon, the new moon in Aries on the 5th of April, yeah, that is squaring Saturn and Pluto a little bit, but it's not really that big a deal. The full moon at the very end of Libra on the 19th of April also is not really impacting on any other planets significantly. So it does seem collectively that April is a month where we're all going to start going, what the hell's been going on this year so far? And we're going to start seeing the first signs of clarity. Now, this isn't likely to happen immediately, and indeed the first week of April is still messy. But then we get into mid-April, and on the 17th of April, Mercury leaves Pisces and moves into Aries, followed 3 days later by Venus moving into Aries. Mars is now in Gemini, so it's a steady, gradual crawl into clarity. So, no rush here. Take your time. If the world were my client and everyone was just one person, I'd be saying that the first week of April, still messy. But the more we get into the middle of April, the easier it's going to be. And by the end of April, I think, for many of us, we can safely say that 2019 is finally beginning. Have a good month, folks.